but you guys aren't on it yet.
I mean, it's pretty bad when you have physical therapy and then you get a Charlie horse. I like this one. You like this one, okay? Yeah, just right. The dogs are going to hurt me. These are the ones. This is where I forgot mine.
Oops, sorry guys. How do I turn this back around on me?
Down there.
Uh-oh.
What happened? What to do?
How do I, oh, here it is. Okay. Good evening and welcome to Cocktails in Conversation. I am your host, Alexis, and I am here with you from Siesta Key, Florida, where I'm on a socially distanced, look at how much space we have on the beach here, girlfriend trip. First I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm drinking for dry January. Because I'm on location and I'm on vacation, I didn't really put together a recipe like 2 weeks ago. So if you're interested in a more exciting mocktail, I did this wonderful recipe a couple weeks ago from Marissa Moore that was delicious. So go back and look in our Instagram feed for that recipe. I highly recommend it. Today I'll show you what I'm going to be drinking. It is called Vita Coco Sparkling Lemon Ginger. And I figure anything sparkling is special. And so when you're not drinking alcohol, get it bubbles. Get some bubbles. So if I can get this open with one hand, I don't know if I can. Ooh, okay. There we go. I also am joined here this evening with my friends, my quarantine buddies, a couple of them, Sue and Eileen. And you can see Sue and Eileen. And so we're here and we just want to talk a little bit about how we are keeping ourselves connected. Oops, low battery. Okay. Connected during COVID. And maybe some ways that you can think about and talk about. Some ways you're keeping connected to people who are different from you, from different backgrounds, or people that you don't get to see all the time, and sort of keep that conversation going to feel like your life is including people who are different either racially, ethnically, culturally, etc. So I guess for me, I'm sitting here with my friend Sue, who's from Israel, and Eileen, and we are very different from each other racially and culturally, I guess. So for us, I guess it comes natural. It's already in our friend group to be kind of diverse. But definitely when we think about keeping in someone come sit next to you guys so we can all be in here together. When we think about being connected to some other folks in our lives, how would you guys say you do that? And I guess who wants to talk first, and I'll put the camera that direction.
Connected to our...
people that you don't get to see.
Oh, yeah. Well, several of my friends, in fact, last week I got a Facebook Messenger message from a non-Facebook friend from Atlanta.
Oh.
And he is actually a very good friend of mine. He and his family moved to Atlanta apparently 2 years ago. And he is a friend of mine from college, originally from India, and he's, I guess, during COVID, he has connected with a lot of our college, not quarantine group, but he's connected with a lot of our friends during college. So he contacted me and gave me his contact and wanted me to give him a call. And was wanting to find out about my friend from Trinidad who lives in Houston, actually one of my best friends. So we have since Zoomed, Houston, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Atlanta, Georgia. We have Zoomed since then, and we just kind of caught up. And it was really, really nice. I haven't talked to him since I think, my wedding. He was at my wedding, and it was really great to catch up. And I have to say, with this COVID, with the pandemic, I think I have connected with so many of my Texas friends and my California friends, more so than ever before. And now we're all like talking, hey, when this is all over and done with, come and visit me. So my friend from Houston, who's from Trinidad and Tobago, she and I actually will be visiting a friend of mine who lives outside of, he has a ranch outside Austin. So we are going to be visiting him, and he is an old high school friend of mine. And then I've got several high school friends that I've reconnected with, and we have plans on getting together. So this pandemic, as much as I hate it, and I'm sure a lot of people hate it because they want to get together, the upside of, with this is that we have connected with folks that we have lost touch with. I mean, who would have known I would be talking, Neil Gandhi would be contacting me, that I would ever like catch up with him and his wife, and catch up about our kids and what have you. So it was nice. I did, that is the positive thing about this pandemic.
Yeah, I agree that there's been an increased connectivity.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've had the same. I've had a few WhatsApp calls with a couple of friends of mine from my Detroit days, and one lives in Madrid and one lives in Seattle. So it's been fun to this global conversation going on. So we'd be on 3 different time zones, chatting and catching up, and almost like we know where each other is in their lives, in our own lives again. Because we used to be together all the time, right? Hanging out all the time. But so how about you, Sue?
One last thing is that, we've made plans with folks that I would have never. I mean, we actually said, okay, when this is over, can you come down? I have a ranch right outside. So, can you and Valerie come up?
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah. So we've made plans that we would normally not even
have done. Right.
Yeah. So that's
right. Maybe I'll get to go back to Spain again too.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, actually, as you know, my family, my friends, best friends too. I have best friends here, but I have still family in, Nazareth, and that was the hard part, especially knowing that the pandemic, COVID, didn't allow me to travel. Then that was the hard part, because all the time I was looking forward for every single break to go and spend time with my parents. I couldn't do that. Then thankfully for all those apps, that I could call them and FaceTime them, on FaceTime I see them, and I feel like I'm visiting them. I'm visiting with them, and also WhatsApp, the way that you described it. I felt I got connected with those people, and thank God for those apps, because think about it, if I will not see my parents for that long, that would be more harder on me. But and like Eileen said, we keep looking forward, like we will be promising and talking about when the pandemic, when the COVID is over, we will get reconnected. Then I think all those social media apps, different apps, kept us connected with the friends, and the Zoom that we did together, and with friends from all over and different states that we couldn't see, and we got to meet on Zoom and exchange, recipes, ideas, cocktails, and what we do in our free time with the time of the quarantine. And that was a nice thing to connect with people that we usually didn't think about connecting, because we will be seeing, we will be spending time together, or we will be visiting.
And spending more time just doing your daily life outside the house, and not taking time to step back and connect with people who you miss in your life.
Right.
You kind of let relationships go because of what's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oopsie.
Oh my goodness, there goes my mocktail.
And here is my mocktail.
But about half of it just spilled into the sand
That's
here.
what happens when you're at the beach.
Exactly. Well, cheers everybody
Cheers.
to never being the only one in the
Cheers,
room, and we
cheers.
hope you have been enjoying your more connections during this time. Till 2 more weeks from now. Bye.